and the Seafood Festival, among other events that we do as well. And as somebody mentioned about doing a harvest, fall harvest, I believe you just mentioned, Maureen just mentioned, she's 100% correct. The League Seafood Festival, we're still finishing up, as you can well imagine, through September before we started. So if anything we're going to do, we have no intention, no one ever said to me we were taking over the fall. I don't know what to say. There was just discussions along the way. The Chamber has put in $100,000 into infrastructure. But this past year, we put $75,000 in, as you may remember, initially 5 years ago, for underground safety, for electric and gas. Last year we have to add on another $9,000 to extend that for the work that was necessary to be done for safety again for the town of Hampton. This year our bill was $18,400 to increase that as well for safety. So all this money the Chamber of Commerce put out, that we have to, the money has to come from someplace, and it's the events that we do. You start talking about Seafood Festival, you got $360,000 that go out prior to the day we start. Somebody mentioned about weather. We watch the Weather Channel 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, and the Weather Channel. Trust me, we're going to have 2 weeks beforehand because that Chamber is truly rolling out dice. And it's a big, big event. The tents were $17,000 10 years ago. This year they're $62,000. The insurance was $3,000. This year it's $26,000. Costs are enormous. As we stated to the selectmen Monday night, our detail work last year was $33,000. 2 years ago it was $11,000. And it goes on and on. So the Chamber certainly has a major interest in extending the season, to be sure. And we would like to participate and help in any way that we possibly can. It goes without saying. But for us to, as Elaine Warning, I'm sorry, to do a major one right off the bat to see what that's a job in itself.
I had a question.
I didn't get my question answered though. How many years, Doc? How many years did it take for it to?
Well, ask Glenn. Glenn was here in the beginning.
The Seafood Festival was introduced the first year at the state park, so we could point to it and say, this is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Despite common understanding, there was not a lot of support for it. And the first year, we had to create the event. And it was successful. 2 days. Now, we didn't get the crowds that we get today. The following year, we moved it up to Ocean Boulevard, where it currently is, or at least where the center of it is, and it was so enormously successful. My original vision was that we were going to move this slowly, weekend for weekend, into Columbus Day weekend. The first day we had it up here, it was too successful. We couldn't go, it would have damaged it. The other important issue here is that the first year we had roughly $10,000 worth of advertising, most of it in trade, a powerhouse committee, just unbelievable first year committee that made it happen. And we ended up getting on People Are Talking, Channel 4, a 12:30 news program with Bob Gould, one of our entertainers, groups were the Shaw Brothers, and they in themselves were a fraction. That's what made it the first year, was that first year, and actually it was the first thing that helped.
So you considered it a success the first year that you had it?
Yes, but I can also, the overwhelming success came the second year when we moved it up in total. No question.
See, my concern, Janine, honestly is how many years are we going to, I don't want to nick something that will grow. I haven't seen a lot of growth. What year is this for this? Is it the fourth year?
The third year, right? Third year.
Third year. Sorry.
I do have one question, Maureen. Have you spoken with the restaurants, the people that are actually on board that have opened up for this particular weekend? Because I myself have been around that night, going around from place to place. Some of these restaurants had some banner nights over that weekend. That they
I know Tom McGuirk did very well, but he was sitting right next door to it.
Yep, exactly.
I'm not sure everybody else did.
No, Sea Catch, all of those places there. I was at all of them, and they were doing fantastic. Now, if we didn't have the event, I don't think they would have done as well. We do have a lot of people that do travel through.
Last
It
year.
was beautiful weather last year, though.
Weather makes it. Weather makes tomorrow.
But it,
We don't have
but
good weather, forget it.
I guess with what you're saying, the weather was fabulous last year, and yet, I didn't see, again, an increase or growth in the people.
I saw a pretty good increase that night. That particular night of fireworks, places were bombing. They were packed. So, I myself.
I'm not talking about fireworks, though. I'm talking about...
No, forget fireworks. I'm talking about the
tent-
restaurants, the businesses that were open that night. The businesses that were open that night, for what I saw, were doing very well. And again, we could check with them to make, but I was wondering if you had talked to any of those businesses
I've talked
yourself.
to Tom McGuirk. I've talked to, there was the Coconuts place was open. I don't think, I'm not sure.
They moved to.
They're up the other end now.
Yeah, I know, I heard that, yeah.
And how was his opinion on it, as a business owner? Was
I
he?
don't think,
he
I
didn't
don't
really-
remember any excitement. Tommy definitely was very thrilled with it.
So
Tom
he'd
McGuirk.
like to see it keep going.
Tommy was excited, but he wants it early, because he doesn't have any help.
Oh, yeah, there's a concern about, there was a concern about the kids, the college kids who were waiting. He didn't have people to wait on tables. That
I
was the
think
problem. That's
what
right.
I wanted to present is the fact that events evolve and change and grow, and I think it's a good thing that it's being questioned, but I do think that it is one major event into the season, the longer season. So, I don't know, like I said, and I have not worked the in or the out, the nothing. I have nothing to do with the event. But I do know that in people's minds, the continuity of an event occurring, getting the artisans to put the event on their schedule, of proving that, they did some sales and therefore it's worth coming again, that all that takes some development. And what I'm saying is, instead of looking, and I do have questions about the broader question. Are events the answer to becoming year-round? I mean, that is my major question.
I'd also like to...
Because the weather, we cannot order, we cannot order sun forever, so,
But it's also colder then. I'm wondering if we, which I suggested many times, that we perhaps move this up. The seafood festival is the weekend after Labor Day, correct? And then we have this jump to October 12th weekend. So there is nothing between the Seafood Fest and October 12th weekend.
Well, I think that's a third question, because Harvest Festival happens in October. The farmers get their product, and you have the pumpkins, and you have all the abundance of the harvest, and then therefore, you do it around that time.
But nobody comes.
Let's get the senior weekend back.
Yeah.
That would be fine. If we could coordinate that with that,
I
that'd
could
be
get more
great.
seniors here. But
I love that.
But I do want to put out there the question of, the events, and is it wise to review it with, more people, more involvement, or is it just, something that we just want to throw away? And
I don't want to throw it away, but I'm thinking with what's happening right now, I'd like to find that maybe this is the year, as Gary said in the past, with all the construction and everything else, this might be the year we have to skip a year, and people understand that because of of what's going on. I'd like to work closer with the chamber if they have some ideas and come up with something that's just a little more grand, just something that's going to excite people. And I don't think where we're at now is exciting people.
Can I just say one more thing and I'll be quiet?